In this video, I want to talk about why do travelers prefer Airbnb or Airbnb properties rather than a hotel. Look, there's enough people at the moment who's messaging me, is also in the comments going, Piers, I've got a property at the moment, I'm not sure if this property is going to do well as a short-term rental or Airbnb property. So I thought, what better way than to talk about why guests would prefer your properties over a hotel, and hopefully that will give you an understanding about your location, and hopefully you can go back and look at some of the things I've mentioned in this video today. So guys, if you're new to this channel, my name is Piers from growyourbnb.com. We've worked with over 1,400 properties all over the world. When I say, look, we've served accordingly with all the accounts that we've probably worked with thousands and thousands of guests, seen why they've booked it. I always ask my clients to ask, their guests why they've booked their property over all the other properties in the area. So today's video is all about you and hopefully give you an understanding about your properties and your investment area. Firstly, look, with everything, you need to understand why this guest are coming into your investment area, or understanding why are they choosing your property over anything else like hotel, because there's always a reason a customer or your guest would prefer to come into a short-term rental property rather than going in a hotel where there's a lot more facilities sometimes, such as gyms if there's a good hotel. They also have potentially a nice little restaurant they can go to. So if you think about the guest behaviors, which is what I talk about all the time, if you're going to get good bookings, you've got to understand good guest behaviors. So the first thing I want to talk about is the cost. Now, one thing I've previously mentioned in this video is once you understand the guest behavior, one of the largest reasons somebody is going to prefer an Airbnb over a hotel is because of the cost effective. Now, let's take contractors as an example in the UK market. Contractors travel into projects after projects, location after location, and for them, why would a hotel not be ideal? A, because they need to eat every evening, and if they're going to stay for a project for a month, they can't afford to just go out there, or the company can't be paying every single time they're going to go out into the restaurant and eat, right? Having a kitchen space actually is much more cost effective, because if it's 4 person as a contractor, times by £10, it's £40 a night for a business, right? Whereas if they have a kitchen, what they generally do is they go and do a weekly sort of shopping, they come, bring their food like they would do in their home, and actually for them is a lot more cost effective. Let's talk about the second point and look at your guest behaviors. For a family who has just relocated from Hong Kong, for example, for them, A, it's privacy and security, right? For them, it's amazing that going into a hotel, they've got no privacy. They just have the room and they've got to go down and all that kind of thing to in the lounge to be able to experience things. Whereas, as a result of having or booking Airbnb, they can enjoy the joy of having a nice little lounge, potentially a dining table, so they can actually go and work in the house with the nice privacy and nice security within that property. So again, one of the reasons why, if you think about the guest behaviors, if somebody's going to be relocating here for a month, would they prefer to go into hotel, or would they want to just come and use one of the Airbnb property in your investment area? Now, the third reason I want to share today is the accommodation diversity, because if you look at, in your investment area, if you've got the property that you own or you're looking to do rent to rent, if you go on Airbnb right now and look at the diversity, there's so many opportunities to book a place to your taste, to your requirement. Whereas in a hotel, you've just been given a photo and you also don't know which room you're going to be placed into, and also you have no control, right? So as a guest, they would prefer the diversity on what they can choose. Firstly, looking at the pictures on Airbnb. Secondly, the options to their requirement. And as a result of that, again, if you think about why would somebody as a traveler look at Airbnb versus a hotel? And that is exactly why. It's just more options. And the last two reasons I want to share is, look, a comfort of your home. One of the biggest reasons Airbnb started is to live like a local person, right? To experience the thing like a local person. When the Airbnb first started, the owner started actually letting out their room for people who are traveling, right? And as a result of that, those people who are traveling there were finding it as an experience to become a local, because they would go into it, let's say an apartment block, live there, you know, have the kitchen go around the surrounding area. Now, as a result of that, that's taken into, again, today's level of Airbnb. People experience that with short-term rental. You know, like one of the largest clients right now in the UK is people relocating from abroad. The first thing they do is they go into Airbnb, or preferably I'd say direct booking, but they would book you for a month first, because they want to live in a location. And now, i.e., we've just, you know, we've done business in Lincoln right now, we've done business in Liverpool, and all of these clients that we've placed in those properties are actually people relocating. Now, what they're doing is, A, they've got the comfort of a home because they've relocated from abroad, came to this property, they're going to stay there, the kids are going to go find their schools, or the parents going to help them find their kids' school. Secondly, the parents are going to get working in that area. Thirdly, they're now going to go transition into a rental property, which is much more fixed for them, and they've got the option to become and actually come as a home, because, you know, as an Airbnb property, you've got the whole of, you know, if it's a nice looking apartment, you've got the lounge, you've got the TV. Some of our clients are now putting PlayStations in them. So there's a lot more you can offer to your guests. And as a result of that, travelers in a certain guest behaviors are actually finding this much more homely feeling rather than going into a hotel. So, an interesting question I want to ask. Look, there's people who watch my videos, they either have already started operating units, and genuinely I speak to some of our clients who watch my videos and they keep saying, Piers, every time I watch your video, I'm learning new things all the time. It's also learning as well as implementing that into their business. One of the things I'd love you to ask yourself is, A, are you understanding the guest behaviors, right? So does this mean you know who you're trying to attract, or do you know what guest is looking for what kind of opportunities in your property? I would love you to comment down below. So look, I'm going to leave 2 free guides. As promised, every single videos that we're doing, we're giving some free guides at the moment, which is going to help you have a successful short-term rental business. This is purely me and my team giving for free because we've quickly realized, A, we don't offer mentorship, so we don't have nothing to sell on the back of this. Secondly, I want people to have the best experience in the industry, making sure they have the right tools in their business. So thank you so much for watching another Grow Your B&B video. Look, we are currently working with over probably 20 accounts in Airbnb in UK, Australia, Portugal, and what we've quickly realized is the country are attracting different types of guest behaviors, vacations, tourisms, business, relocation, and we can list numbers of things, but one thing I can share you from my channel is everything around the facts of the business right now in 2022. So look, if you want to know more about my business, if you want to know more about how we can help you, there's a link down below to book a call with myself. It's a discovery call where we sit down, chat, and understand what you're exactly after. But look, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching another Grow Your B&B video. We'll be back with another video soon.